About storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And running with power here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Well, this defense for the Bengals very strong in that victory a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Mahomes going to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. A big play there for KC. 42 yards.
And this offense has come out swinging here in the early going. They pick up a nice chunk on that pitch and catch. And the two of them have this offense moving in the right direction to start this game.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Got a man, it's Johnson, end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. 5 plays there on that drive. And in the end, it was Deontay Johnson's touchdown catch to cap the drive. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. Still going. Inside the 20, Jonathan Taylor. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jonathan Taylor with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Evan McPherson for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Well, I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Chiefs offense, led by their wide receiver, headed out for their second possession. And he's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis, so to no one's surprise, his name sits near the top of the list in terms of most receptions by a wideout this season. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. You talk about this Bengals defense. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down and a yard. Johnson goes in motion left. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Now Mahomes. There's the stiff arm. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Mahomes now to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try to hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 19. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of the times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
And again, it's Mahomes. He completes this into the hands of Miller. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
We're still in the first quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bengals offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. And he's been sensational in this opening quarter. You have to imagine we'll see much more of him as this game goes along. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The LSU connection, Burrow to Chase for the Cincinnati first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow. A quick throw there is incomplete. The Bengals at 8-2 on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
To the right side and intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter. As they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made.
There he goes, left side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. 54 yards. And the Chiefs go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, pardon?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Here we go, here we go. Stop.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
11 mighty. Stop.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 27-yard line.
Come on, ready? Here we go. Stop.
Now Burrow. And he will find his man on the outside. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Here's Taylor again. And this time he'll work his way in. Touchdown Bengals. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
McPherson now for the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. That time a 6-play drive. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. The man in motion left here, Johnson. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. They find some open field here. Still going. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great play there. 69 yards. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead now up to 14. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. And he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming out, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
11 MT paint.
Now it's Burrow. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Here's 2nd and 10.
Yellow.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On play action, it's Mahomes. Able to find Gray here. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 4th down. Well, here's Matt Araiza now. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. A short throw pulled in by Woods. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And Burrow going to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And a nice job by the 2 of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down. Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
11 MT tape. Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First down now, but the clock continues to move. To the air again, Burrow. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. The Bengals drive about to get going. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Here's 2nd and 7.
11. Gun.
Burrow looking to pass. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Burrow will throw. He's got his target. That's complete. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 39-yard line. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And some room to work. Now he's loose again. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Jonathan Taylor, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Bengals have cut it back within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been... The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. He's got it. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. In the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Butker on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The home team's offense and running back Jonathan Taylor. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Paul. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense? It was starting to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction.
Here we go.
Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now it's Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is going to have the Bengals first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
Let's go now.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. That's complete to Pierce. He'll get it inside the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Alec Pierce, 36 yards. And the Bengals are back within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Alec Pierce. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Man open left side. It's his running back with it. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the night as his guys are able to extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Bengals drive about to get going. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
And I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. And this one will be returned